Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. So, we've all heard the term economic gymnastics, right? Well, the pretzel that we are in right now would make Mary Lou Retton or Olga Korbut or Nadia Comaneci jealous, okay, in their heyday. You could go to Carrie Strug or Simone Biles or whoever, but this is just crazy insane. Now, we all know what's going on in Ukraine. Not going to dwell on that for the moment, but what I want to talk about is why your wallet feels so much lighter these days than it did, say, I don't know, 2 years ago. I got a real kick out of yesterday reading some of the reports out of the media. And yes, I know I put up with the pain so you don't have to. CBS News, that banner of Dan Rather and, that whole group, that couldn't tell the truth if it bit him in the ass. Well, they have decided to now come out and blame all the inflationary pressures that we have on the Ukraine crisis. Okay? So your rent going up, your food prices going up, your electricity going, it's all because of Ukraine. This is CBS, I'm telling you, okay? It all has to do with Ukraine because, we have such strong ties with them. Their economy and ours are so intertwined so tightly, okay? But so let's take it even a little bit further. So not only is the fact that CBS blaming our economic woes on Ukraine, MSNBC and The Atlantic are blaming everything that's going on with Ukraine on Trump. So if we do all this together, what the liberal media is trying to tell you is all the economic debacle that we have going on right now is all because of what Trump did. Gee, does this remind you of anybody? Obama spent 8 years blaming George Bush. Not that Bush was any prince, but Biden is going to blame all this crap on Trump? Okay, let's run the numbers. That might be a little bit of fun. So, in my boredom last night, I decided to sit down and figure out all what the basic necessities for a household cost at the end of 2020, okay, basically the end of Trump's presidency, and what all those same basic necessities cost in February of 2022, 14 months later, okay? Real big spread here. Now, I did this on the basis of a family of two. I kind of did this as it was me and Mrs. P. So I used adults with no kids at home and in our age group, okay? I did this on a national average, so I know everybody's going to say, my area is more expensive or my area is cheaper or whatever it is. Sure, I get that, okay? Rent in Wichita, Kansas is probably a hell of a lot cheaper than rent in San Francisco. But for the sake of argument, I did the entire United States. Because here's why. Remember Joe's big promise, the big campaign thing, the fight for $15 minimum wage? That's a lot of what's got us where we are, guys, okay? Part of it, at least, okay? But the Democrat idea of spend, and then spend some more. So, I want you to look at this spreadsheet that I put together right here. Rent. Average cost of rent. Didn't matter if it was a studio apartment, it was a luxury townhouse, whatever the hell would be. Average cost of rent across the United States in 2020 was $1,104. In February of 22 is $1,781. Okay. It's an increase of 61.3%. If you wonder where I got these figures, I got these figures from HUD. Okay. Groceries for a family of two, me and Mrs. P. In 2020, the average family spent the average couple spent $541.80 a month in groceries. In February 2022, $603.50, an 11.39% increase. Okay. Your electric bill went from $117 to $126. Your heating, gas, fuel, whatever it would be, $117 to $187. Oh, the groceries I got from the USDA. The electric and the gas bill I got from the public utilities sector. Your phone bill, cell phone, up $10. Your internet, that was the little one, only up $3, 5%. Okay. Used car payment. I put used car in here because I'm figuring most people these days can't afford a new car. Okay. It just drives me insane to see what cars cost. It's like I just absolutely will not pay that. The average used car payment 2 years ago was $397. It's now $465. That's up 17%. Your car insurance is up 25%. The price of gasoline is up from $2.46 to $3.53, 43.56%. The average American uses 47 gallons a month of gas. Okay, so I figured all this out. And those figures there, $2,567 is what it costs the average American to have these basic necessities. I mean, mind you, in there, I don't have cable TV. Figure, so many people cut the cord using Hulu, using Netflix, whatever it would be. I didn't even put that stuff in there. There's not a lick of entertainment in there. There's nothing along the lines of pet food. There's nothing of having a couple of beers with your buddies, even if you're sitting at the kitchen table. I mean, that's the bare bones basic. That's going to work, coming home, sitting on your couch and twiddling your thumbs. And that's if you've got furniture. Okay. The average American family of two needed a net income of $2,567 a month in 2020. I worked that out. That means they needed to bring home $14.81 an hour. Pretty damn close to that 15 they wanted, right? But nobody wanted to figure taxes in there. So in order to basically break even, not be able to put a penny away for a rainy day, they needed to have a household income of $35,000 to, like I said, sit at home and twiddle your thumbs. In the Biden economy, to do the exact same thing, you now need to bring home just about $3,500 or about $20 an hour. You need to make $46,000 a year to sit at home and twiddle your thumbs. Now, we can always go into, I can eat ramen. Okay. I can eat all the crap food. I can reduce my grocery bills. I could turn up the thermostat to reduce my heat bills, reduce my electric bills, whatever. I could cancel my cell phone. I could sell my car, do whatever. Okay. Every one of these things you do gets you more toward the surviving level and further away from the living your life level. I don't know anybody, at least in the United States, whose idea was to survive. We all wanted to have a life of some sort, a smile on your face, enjoying a laugh every once in a while, do something that's fun. One of the biggest causes for divorce is finances. I can see this. I wonder what the divorce rate is going to be after the Biden administration is done dismantling and destroying our economy. Mrs. P and I were talking today about the difference between socialism and capitalism and how back in the Soviet Union times, everybody knew that they were just, as she put it, dirt under the feet of the oligarchs. That is the same thing that the Democrat Party wants to see in the United States, hence the reason they're so big on socialism. They just want us to be dirt under their feet. This country was built on as a land of opportunity. If you want to have something better in your life, you worked for it and you earned it. And that was usually pretty much every person's goal in life, was to do better. Okay. You always heard this story, as we were growing up, you always wanted to see your kids do better than you. That died. Okay. Because it's pretty difficult for the kids to do better than their parents in the last 20 years. Let's put Bush, Obama, and Biden all involved in here. We had 4 good years, a very good economy for 4 good years in the last 20. And like I said, I'm not a Donald Trump fan personally, but I loved his policies. But this is what we are in for. This is the kind of crap that the Democrats are trying to shove upon us. It's not the will to do better, the land of opportunity, It's the land of, gimme, where's mine? I don't want to do shit for it, but please give me my apartment and everything like that. You're going to get it, okay, if we keep going in this direction, just like they got in the Soviet Union. You got your nice little concrete block apartment. You got your weekly ration of bread and potatoes, or whatever the hell was there that you had. You went to work, basically tried to keep yourself out of trouble, do as little as you can, because it didn't matter if you worked hard or you were lazy. Again, human nature, animalistic nature, path of least resistance. If it doesn't matter if I bust my ass or I sit on my ass, what am I going to do? Most creatures on the face of the earth will sit on their ass if they get the same thing. That's what they're leading us to, guys. This fight for $15 that you heard might have worked in 2020. Now, it's got to be a fight for 23, because that's what a living wage is. Show this to any of your associates that think Biden's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Those are the actual government facts that have been released. And again, you talk about inflation and everything like that. By these numbers, inflation is 36.28%. The basic necessities in life are up by more than a third in 14 months. That's the Biden economy. I don't care what CBS says. I don't care what MSNBC says. Okay, this has nothing to do with Ukraine. This has everything to do with the battle between good and evil, the battle between capitalism and communism. Pinball out.